g'day everyone and welcome to Queensland Weekender. Well, imagine waking up to this. The sound of waves crashing upon your own private island. Creamy white sand between your toes and seemingly endless natural beauty. This is a truly decadent experience that'll make you the envy of every one of your friends. Today is one of those pinch yourselves moments as we spend some time in a place that is the true definition of paradise.
Also coming up, a fantastic summer rail deal to the outback.
Whether you're travelling first class or economy, you'll sleep, eat and travel as cool as a cucumber.
An off-road adventure on Bribie Island.
Four-wheel driving meets the finer things in life.
And where the Duke and Duchess of Sussex choose to holiday.
Mention the words off-road adventure and what springs to mind? Could it be a bunch of blokes roughing it in the bush, getting bogged in the mud and battling mountains? Well, put that image aside because my girlfriend Sharon and I are here to prove that low range and luxury do go together after all.
Hey, take a look at this.
Oh yes, that's gorgeous. Let's get going.
Let's go.
We're on beautiful Bribie Island, just over an hour north of Brisbane. Our plan is to tackle the island's pristine ocean beach, and for that we need a four-wheel drive. But before we hit the sand, a couple of important pit stops. Looks really good, doesn't it? Hello there.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, we are heading to the beach and we thought we might take a picnic. Have you got anything you could suggest that we could take with us?
Yeah, sure. Meat and cheese is always nice on the beach.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. Village Deli at Bongaree has a great selection of gourmet cheeses and cured meats. Perfect provisions to stock a picnic basket.
All ready for you?
Oh, look at that.
Meat and cheese platter.
Wonderful.
And the crackers.
Thank you. Thanks,
I hope
Bribie.
you have the best day on
Thank you.
We will now.
Thanks.
One last stop before hitting the beach. Surfside News at Woorong, where you can get a permit to drive in the national park. And with the permits and provisions on board, all that's left to do is hit the beach. So, I have never done this before in my life. Are you nervous?
Look at you. No, I'm not nervous at all.
Look how beautiful the water is.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's a perfect day for a beach drive. Though Bribie isn't as big as the more well-known four-wheel drive islands, Moreton or Straddie, that means everything is just a short hop away. And on its day, the scenery can be every bit as spectacular.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
They are so close to the shore.
Yeah, I'm back. Go.
Oh, they're so beautiful, aren't they? Dolphins.
Aren't they divine?
Mermaid Lagoon is a kilometre-long, tea tree-stained swimming hole set in from the beach. The ideal spot for a couple of mermaids keen to cool off. Can you believe that Brisbane is literally just 1 hour down that way?
No, I cannot. And can you believe we have all of this to ourselves?
I know. Amazing, really.
Let's have a cheers.
Yes, quite spoilt, actually. Bribie is an easy day trip from Brizzy, but we've decided to stretch out the fun. Back across the bridge, on the mainland side of the Pumicestone Passage, is the Big Four Sandstone Point Holiday Resort. This newly built park has campsites, cabins, villas, but for something different, you can't go past the luxury safari tents. Now, you've heard of camping, but tonight we are glamping. This is my luxury safari tent, and yours is just next door.
I love it. See you for a drink soon, neighbour. Bye.
Sounds great. Bye. There are family tents too, and a state-of-the-art water park to tire out the little ones. And what better way to top off a terrific day than a wander next door to Sandstone Point Hotel.
Here we are, ladies, your seafood platter. Enjoy.
Thank you. Where you'll find the oyster shed. Now, the story is that one of the largest oyster farms in Australia operated from here in Pumicestone Passage from 1875. The fellow that owned it was named James King, and he was aptly called the Oyster King.
Love it. Love it. Let's have an oyster to celebrate.
I think we're the Oyster Queens at the moment.
Do too.
Bribie Island has all the ingredients for a four-wheel drive adventure. with a few of the finer things in life. Find all the information about how to get here, what to do and where to stay on our website.
Still to come on Queensland Weekender. Save on travel to the outback. And we meet the amazing Ranger Annie from Kingfisher Bay Resort, who recently had some royal guests on the island.
Outback summers can get pretty warm, but take it from me, there are ways to beat the heat and score some super cool savings along the way.
Oh, cheers, thank you. I was about to get out, but I think I might stay for another 10.
Can't blame you.
The Outback is a must-see destination for every Queenslander, and summer is a great time to go. Queensland Rail Travel has some sizzling deals to make the most of the season. For a start, getting there couldn't be more comfortable.
All the Western services are fully air-conditioned. Thank you.
Whether you're travelling first class or economy, you'll sleep, eat and travel as cool as a cucumber. Longreach is at the end of the line for the spirit of the Outback. There's so much to do here. You'll need those long summer days to see all the sights. Like the amazing Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame.
Can you do that for me, Lord? Put your fingers down, you look silly.
The Longreach School of Distance Education, it gets an A+ in my books.
Charlie, go through and count, tell me all the numbers, the ones you've written in.
And the award-winning Qantas Founders Museum.
Seats here are a little wider than what you get today on international flights.
I love the fact that most of the attractions around Longreach are inside, which means we get to enjoy a nice bit of frosty AC.
Do you reckon we still got time for an ice cream before we go in?
Oh yeah, always got time.
Yes.
And the cool attractions aren't just in Longreach. You've got to check out Winton's amazing new Waltzing Matilda Museum. And don't leave town without downing a lemonade at the historic North Gregory Hotel.
And while we're talking classic old pubs, they don't come any better than the Well-Shot Hotel in Ilfracombe. Home to a heap of pioneering history, and they reckon the coldest beer in the West. Of course, you don't come all the way to the Outback to not stay a while. Saltbush Retreat in Longreach has tons of colonial character, with all the mod cons to keep you comfortable and cool.
Take a dip in the swimming pool or soak in the outdoor bathtubs until you turn into a prune. I can recommend it. In the afternoon, the Outback sun loses that bit of sting.
And that is the perfect time to take a cruise along the beautiful Thompson River. Outback Aussie Tours run a Drover Sunset Cruise 4 times a week through the warmer months. Say to route to the day with a cold drink. And watch that fiery outback sky melt into a mild summer's night.
The cruise finishes on the banks of the Thompson with a barbie and a live show under 1 billion stars. Summer never looked or sounded so good. Queensland's Outback is officially on sale this summer.
Head west with 3 great rail fare deals, including 2 for 1 in first class on board the Spirit of the Outback. Our website has all the details.
Hello, my name is Ranger Annie and I'm the Senior Ranger here at Kingfisher Bay Resort. I've got a pretty big responsibility looking after not only my team of rangers, it's a small team of rangers that I have, but making sure the guests are happy. It's so much pleasure seeing guests ask the question. They're learning something new, but it's exciting for them to learn all these different smells, tastes, knowledge, and that they weren't aware of. Mosquito bite or anything like that, yeah, get some of this paper bark and rub that on that. This island itself gives you everything. There's so much nature here to share with people, and having worked on and off this island for a good 20 years now. When I get the time off, my husband and I pack our boat up and we head straight over to Fraser Island. Where else would you go for a holiday? And we spend a week with no phone, no communication, and fish, watch the sunset. Whale watching season, the whales are out front while we're sitting watching that sunset into the ocean. Oh, there's nowhere else to go but Fraser Island.
Even newlyweds Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, chose to visit Fraser Island and Kingfisher Bay Resort on their recent visit, and of course met Ranger Annie.
One day I'll venture away from this place, but I'm attached to it. It's amazing.
Coming up next, beautiful Badara Island, the ultimate in luxury, beauty and relaxation.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you right now?
12.
This is a view that I will never forget. The sight of nature at its finest. A tropical paradise that many dream of visiting, that leaves you with a sense of wonder. And when you leave, a sense of calm.
Oh my God.
Badara Island off Mission Beach is a tropical haven. Covering 45 hectares of lush rainforest, it's Australia's most unique resort and the ultimate in barefoot luxury. And because I'm such a great bloke, I brought along my fiancée, Lou.
Hello, mate.
Welcome.
How you going?
Good.
How you
Good to
doing?
see you.
There's Lucinda.
Hey, Lucinda. Lovely to meet you too.
Paradise much? Good Lord.
It turns out that I already have a connection
wow.
with Badara. Old school bud, Sam Charlton, grew up on the island.
When I was around 11, 12 years old, so just before we met at school, my parents took a year off and lived over. There's a couple of private houses on the other side of the island. And my brother and I, who was around 9 years old, were homeschooled, did School of the Air. At that age, it was spectacular. Yeah. We spent every day exploring on kayaks and dinghies and, up in the rainforest. So, yeah, it was good fun.
Did you fall in love with the place then? There must have been.
Oh, look, I did. And at that age, you can't help but, fall in love with it.
Would have been a wonderland being here at that age.
It was, having a massive playground and, islands all around you. And, it was a really great experience.
But Sam's parents decided to shut up shop, selling the property.
So it was a pretty sad day. And,
I bet.
I didn't want them to, but it happened. And so I'd always kept my eye on the island and some of the houses here. And then, time went by. And
fast forward 20 years, and in 2011, Cyclone Yasi devastated the resort.
Badara Island was one of Australia's most exclusive resorts.
Sam found his opportunity to realise his dream.
All the trees were defoliated, broken glass, just rubbish everywhere. We spent the first 6 months just cleaning up.
So what was that day like when you said to your wife, honey, we own an island?
Interesting.
What Sam and his wife, Kerry Ann, have achieved is nothing short of incredible. 10 stunning private villas, each with their own unique identities, and a place where people can forget about the world and unwind.
Do you find that you see the evolution of people? They turn up like just stressed out, and then by the end of it, they're just different humans?
Exactly right. And it's almost this journey of relaxation for the guests. They get there, and there's a point where you can visibly see them switch off.
And that's the plan for our time here.
Yeah.
Lou and I are in the beach house, which is divine. Nestled amongst the fringing coconut palms and rainforest, and featuring a wet edge plunge pool, it is prime real estate with beachfront views. Could there be anything more luxurious?
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you right now?
12.
I could get used to this, Lolo.
So could I. A little slice of heaven.
The on-side of twilight, and guests are drawn out of their villas. The open terrace, restaurant and bar, where guests converge to indulge.
I know, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? If I were to design heaven, it'd look a lot like this place. But what you've seen is just the tip of the iceberg. Check this out. Folks, let me introduce you to the open bar to end all open bars. This is Russell. How are you, mate? Hi. He's here to fulfill all your cocktail heart's desire. Mate, what have you made for me tonight?
Tonight we have our special passion fruit mojito.
Oh, I'm going to call it the Rosito in honour of you. Thank you, mate. And then, folks, there's dinner.
Dinner in a private enclave. Amazing.
Lou, the coral trout for you tonight with the little peas, broad beans and cos. And Chris, the eye fillet for you with spinach, leek, onion and a thyme jus.
Are you serious? Jodie, I think I love you. Is that okay?
That's fine, Chris. Bon appetit.
Thank you so much.
Jodie.
Welcome back to Queensland Weekender and a stunning sunrise over Badara Island.
You know, any other day of the year to get me up at the crack of dawn, one of the most difficult tasks in the world, but today, doing this here, easiest thing I've ever done. Absolutely spectacular.
Yes, the morning glory of Badara is the waters that surround it, whether by sup or snorkel. A new day and a new arrival of guests to the island, arriving in style via helicopter and landing on their bespoke bee. Sean and Dorian are no strangers to the getaway, having visited twice before. They've booked in at the Point Villa, Badara's penthouse suite.
There's the two lovebirds.
Hey, Chris.
How you going?
Good, how are
I
you?
thought, what could make this picture better?
Good idea.
Perfect. So, Dorian, you've only been in the country for 2 years. How do you feel about all of this?
It's amazing. It's probably the nicest place that we've been in Australia so far. I think the most amazing part is when you land here, everything just stops.
Yeah.
It's nice for us. We left our kids and we got off the helicopter and started at lunch and everything just, we look out at this view. I think we booked too short. I wish this is the first thing I said, I wish we were staying for longer.
As soon as you got here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't downplay this. That is absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful.
It is.
And the exclusivity of it all with so few guests that you feel like you have the resort to yourself.
And how's your place? You've got like 19 different places to lounge in. You must go, where are we going to sunbake today, honey? Enjoying your swing?
Love it.
Well, folks, this is Romance 101. The kitchen has packed me up a little hamper. They've given me the keys to the boat, so Lou and I can pot off to our own little deserted slice of paradise. There we go, darling. You ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
A little island hopping adventure and our own patch of sand right in the heart of paradise.
I call it Love Island. No, wait, we can't use Love Island. I call it Lulu's Island.
I get my own island.
You get your own island.
Right.
You've made it.
Seeing it's our last day, I've invited Sam and Kerry Ann to drop in and say g'day.
Hi there.
It's refreshing to have something so special and beautiful all to yourself. It's fair to say then we've loved our time in the tropics.
And it's an adventure and just pulling up here, we've got this island to ourselves in the middle of nowhere.
Lou and I have been talking about this pretty much constantly. What you two have created is, it's a must-do. I mean, it's something you have to do at least once or 3 or 4 times in your lifetime.
And the privilege is all ours for people to come to us. It's not a privilege for them to be on Badara. We can't believe that people make the effort to come and stay with us. So we really try and make everyone's stay a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It's been a privilege to stay in your beautiful island, so thanks a lot, guys. It's been
Thank
amazing.
you for coming. We've enjoyed your company and the late nights.
For all the details on visiting Badara Island, jump onto our website. And while you're online, check out our friends at Queensland.com and Queensland Rail Travel. And remember to keep tagging your pics to pop up in the show.
Wow, what an amazing way to end our stay.
This is just when I thought my jaw couldn't drop anymore. They give us this nuts view. What's been your Badara highlight? And you can't say everything.
Ooh, tough one. Probably the romantic picnic.
That was good.
That was beautiful.
I did pretty well.
You did.
I did nothing. They organised everything. If you want 5-star seclusion with a good amount of absolute opulence, then this is the place to visit. After 2 days, look how relaxed we look. And you could do exactly that if you come out and visit, which I think you should very much do, because this is one of the best places we have ever visited. We're going to leave you this week as we drink in more of this amazing view. See you next time for more Queensland Weekender. Cheers, Sonny.
Cheers.